Please switch on your cameras. Please, if you are in touch with any of your friends, please tell them to join in class fast, because this way we are wasting our time. Just waiting for them coming one by one. Okay, I'm Amrita. I got your information. Why is it that one at a time, you're not coming to class? Okay, while we're waiting for the others to join in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, did I show you the video on Down syndrome? Yes, no, can I get a feedback, please? No, ma'am. No, okay. So we are going to go back. First, we are going to look at Down syndrome. Okay, we learned in the last class. Let me continue with the slideshow. I'll just go over what we did in the last class. We learned that Down syndrome is caused by an in.
So, what is hemophilia?
Okay, I didn't want to show you this at all right now. Okay, we are going to look at Down syndrome. Just a quick revision. We read that Down syndrome is caused when you get an extra chromosome because of faulty meiosis that takes place, leading to 3 sets of chromosome number 21. In a normal person, we are supposed to have 2 of each of the pairs, but whenever a woman goes into childbirth in her late age, above 40, whenever the ovaries are old, okay, like in a woman above the age of 40, the meiosis cell division for egg formation may not be all that perfect. So what happens is when the chromosomes have to actually divide and go into formation of haploid gametes, chromosome number 21 does not separate and both the chromosomes go together in the egg. This results in extra 21 number chromosome coming into the organism. That's why they have a total of 47 chromosomes now. Anybody who suffers from Down syndrome, okay? And because of that extra chromosome number 21, this disease can also be called trisomy 21. And we looked at the symptoms that are usually exhibited by a person having trisomy 21. For more understanding, I'd like you to watch this video. This gives us a better understanding of Down syndrome. Can you hear the sound? Can you hear the sound? I've stopped it. Can you hear the sound?
Yes.
You might know or have seen somebody with Down syndrome. But in this video, you're going to learn what it is and why it happens. Down syndrome is caused by a change in the DNA. You probably remember that any change in the structure or the amount of DNA of an organism is called a mutation. Mutations are caused by mutagenic agents, like some chemicals, or ultraviolet light, for example. If a mutation happens in a somatic or body cell, only this cell and its daughter cells will be affected. If a mutation happens in a sex cell or gamete and fertilization happens, then all of the cells of the embryo or fetus and a baby will carry this mutation. This is what happens in Down syndrome. Humans usually have 23 pairs of chromosomes, 46 in total, 44 autosomes, and 2 sex chromosomes. Sex cells are produced in the type of cell division called meiosis or reduction division. In humans, meiosis produces 4 daughter cells that each have 23 chromosomes, half the number of a somatic cell. However, sometimes the chromosomes are not separated or divided up how they should be, and this is called non-disjunction. One example of non-disjunction in humans is the condition known as Down syndrome. In this case, the 21st chromosome fails to segregate, and the gamete produced possesses 24 chromosomes. 23 plus an extra copy of chromosome 21. The fusion of this gamete with a normal one results in the offspring having 47 chromosomes. So what are the consequences of having an extra chromosome for people with Down syndrome? Well, the difficulties vary in severity. Facial characteristic can include a flattened, broadened face and narrowed eyes. But people with Down syndrome don't all look the same. They also look like their parents and family. People with Down syndrome may have a lower than average IQ and a shorter than average life expectancy. Some conditions more common in people with Down syndrome include problems with the heart and bowel, difficulties with hearing and vision, and a higher risk of infections. However, everybody who has Down syndrome may be affected in different ways. Pablo Pineda, for example, a Spanish actor who won a Silver Shell Award in the San Sebastian Film Festival, was also the first person with Down syndrome in Europe to get a university degree. He now has two. Non-disjunction does occur with other chromosomes, but these usually result in miscarriage. This is less likely to happen with a 21st chromosome because it is relatively small. The Down syndrome mutation appears to occur in the production of ova rather than sperm, and its incidence increases with the age of the mother. The chance increases from approximately 1 in several thousand in a teenage mother to 1 in 100 in a 40-year-old mother. In some countries, people who are pregnant are offered diagnostic genetic testing for Down syndrome. This can be done by blood tests or amniocentesis, which involves taking a sample of the amniotic fluid surrounding the fetus in the uterus and looking at the number of chromosomes in those cells to see if any have the extra chromosome 21 for Down syndrome. Having the tests may be the choice of the parents and will allow them to be more prepared for a baby with Down syndrome, or choose to have an abortion. In Iceland, this type of genetic screening is widespread, and people are counselled when they have the test. Most choose abortion. This means that almost nobody is born with Down syndrome in Iceland. What do you think about this? The estimated incidence of Down syndrome is about 1 in 1,000 births worldwide. There are about 15,000 births per hour in the world. So how many people are born with Down syndrome each day in the world? Pause the video while you work it out. So now you know a little more about what Down syndrome is, what causes it, and just how common it is.
If you like the video,
Okay, this is something I think made the thing very clear to you all. And like I told you, okay, what's happening? Just give me a minute. Okay, like the video mentioned that in today's world, you are given the option of amniocentesis. Once you do an amniocentesis, you can find out beforehand, almost in the 2nd to the 3rd month of pregnancy, you can find out whether the child in your womb is going to have Down syndrome or not. And after that, like they gave an instance where in Iceland, they decide to abort the child and not allow the child to be born with Down syndrome. So in countries like Iceland, there are hardly any child born with Down syndrome. Now that's an ethical question. It's a part of